This is Blind Views, and that's how.
Okay, this is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
I am BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindView. That's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
Hi, I'm BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
Because I'm BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews,
and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's how I see it.
I'm BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews, and that's the way Sammy and I see it.
This is BlindViews. That's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it from the Riverwalk in San Antonio, Texas.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
Fluffy, get back here. Oh, hey. This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it. Now, Fluffy,
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
これはブラインドビューダリー。それは私がそれを見る方法です。
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews. That's how I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews.
And that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it. Towboat style.
Yeah, this is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it. Oh yeah.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews, and that is the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews, that's the way I see it. I'm BlindViews,
And that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
We're BlindViews, and that's the way we see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews.
I'm BlindViews.
And I'm BlindViews. That's the way we see it.
I'm BlindViews.
And that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
This is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it.
I'm BlindViews, and that's how Bandit and I see it.
This is BlindViews. This is the way we see it.
What was that thing you say?
That's the way I see it.
That's it. That's the way he sees it. Not me. I can't say that, but he can say that.
Are you ready? Good evening. That's right. Good evening. Release the bats early. Here we go. Here we go. All right. How's everybody doing over there in Chatland? Hello, hello, hello. All right, we're going to get to it. I do want to explain. I'm going to play this too, and this is why. We're going to do this because Tim or the Tim bots, they're going to come over here and say, well, you took clips and you took it out of context and you manipulated it and you took the transcript and you flipped words around. Nope, we're not going to do that. We're going to prove to you right now that everything is there. From start to end. We're going to stop and we're going to, we're going to analyze. We're going to interject. We're going to, we're going to break it down. And, so it might be a little bit boring at times because, Tim can get a little windy, a little wordy. But hey, let me adjust. There we go. Okay. So we're going to get to it here. Let's see. Bat with. I lost there it is. All right. I want to thank Crazy 911 calls for this. I did grab it just in case something was to happen, that it would be taken down or something would have happened. So I do have this. I got it in the folder, so it ain't going nowhere. It will still be around if, again, and how things work here sometimes. And, you never know. You think you don't need things, and then all of a sudden, poof, shit disappears. So snag it when you can. I learned that with the tater. We're dealing with the tater. That's why I'm a tater hater. You got to keep your receipts. All right, now I'm going to say this, that slow mode is enacted. It always is, because I am visually impaired. Keeping up with the chat is very difficult, and especially now when there's 300, 400, 500 people in here, I can't keep up. My mods are in here. They got eyes on it, so if it gets crazy in here, they're going to start bouncing people or at least timing it out, so just be prepared. Disagreements are allowed. You may chat amongst yourselves, and again, you may have some disagreements.
Yay!
But let's keep it a little bit civilized. Don't get all too crazy, or again, the mods are in here and they will time you out. That's your warning. You do it again, you'll get bounced. So, and I don't see most of it. Those guys are my eyes, and they know what I expect and what I will put up with and what I won't. So if it happens, it happens. Don't cry. Sucks to be you. That's all I'm gonna say. And they're not overzealous with the swinging the wrenches, but yeah, they, like I said, you can disagree and you can have your little back and forth, but once it gets out of hand, they will give you the axe. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into this and do it, shall we? Now we will be talking about the economic injury disaster loan. That's what the EIDL is, okay? So whenever we talk about that, Tim doesn't seem to know what it is. All he knows is it's free money. And as we're going to find out, Tim doesn't care as long as he can get money for doing the least amount of putting in the least amount of effort possible. That's exactly what he's going to do.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Backing out of my home base.
My home base.
I normally back in, but today I was racing back from the gym and I had to get in the shower and shampoo and get ready. How do I look? Got my Sunday go to meeting outfit on.
Oh, real spiffy, Tim. Real
Need
spiffy.
to make sure I got everything. Got a knife and everything. Cutting board. Box. I'm cutting melons up today. Watermelons.
Safety first, Tim. Safety first. Put that
Today's
seatbelt
video
on.
is by request. Someone asked me to maybe do a video on what my minimalist overhead is.
Minimalist.
You know, living as a minimalist on Social Security.
2 trailers and a truck.
And I'll share with you here. I'll share with you what I can. There's a big old moving truck right here.
Sample guy at Costco.
You guys can see it in my rearview mirror. Look at that big old U-Haul. So I get just under $1,700 a month on my Social Security.
Right, broke dick, yeah.
And that's not enough.
That's coming. What's
that's
that?
why I'm working.
What? Wait.
For quite a while, I had some savings built up.
I missed
it's under $1,700 a month on my Social Security. And that's not enough. That's why.
Wait. But Tim.
Because one thing I got, plenty of money.
But you just said it's not enough. You're telling all these folks in all your videos to go ahead, retire at 62. Don't wait. Do it at 62 because you want to get that free money, as he calls it, as soon as possible. And you too can be living large. But he just said it's not enough. So quit your job, collect, and get a job. Why don't you just stay at your fucking job? I don't. Already. We're starting already. Sorry.
That's why I'm working. For quite a while, I had some savings built up. I was robbing Paul to pay Peter, and I was drawing my Social Security and, taking money from savings to make ends meet. And at first I convinced myself that I'll get a job eventually. What was that? And I won't have to borrow too much from savings, and I can enjoy.
Well, the good thing is this is before, so we don't have to look at his clothes hanging in the back with all the tags still on it. Mr. I return everything. I always wondered why all his clothes that are hanging there still have all the fucking tags on. And I seen the other day he pulled a pair of sunglasses out and showed them, and they still had the tags on. What did he? This is a weird dude. I'm sorry.
Enjoy life, but when you take $500-600 out of your savings account every month, every couple of months is $1,000. Well, I don't know how many thousands you got saved up, but I don't have that many. So it took me.
You don't have that much saved up, Tim, but
because one thing I got, plenty of money. It took me down quick, and that's why I'm doing, and you'll do what you have to do if you are collecting Social Security. Now, some people, when they get to be 62, if they collect their Social Security, they also have a pension that they've probably been drawing for years.
Yeah.
When they retired from a company.
That's what smart people do.
At like 50 or 55 years old.
But you.
And they're drawing a $300, $400, $500, $600, $800 a month pension.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how much pensions are. A lot. Some people get a lot. And they get that years before they get their Social Security. So when the Social Security kicks in, they got that plus Social Security, and they might have what, everybody's got this 401. I can't even spell it. So I don't have any of that.
Oh, Tim got jokes.
I worked for myself for 33 years.
There we
It
go.
was a very lucrative business. I did very well. I always had money in my pocket. My bills were always paid. I drove a new car. But I've always been basically a minimalist because I'm not one to carry debt. I don't like debt. I don't like being behind the 8 ball.
But as we'll find out here shortly, he's going to get himself into debt. He talks all this madness. And again, this is the guy that says, just go ahead and as soon as you can, collect on that Social Security. As soon as, hell, do it when you're 22. Why not? What the hell, Tim, right? Just work a couple of years and then retire. Collect that Social Security. Get that $45 a month. But he prepared zero. Oh, well, most people, they got a 401. I can't spell. He's so funny. And they got a pension and they got this and they got. But what did he do? Nothing. He's got nothing. And all he wants to do is get out of his prison job. All he wants to do is get money for zero effort. And he's telling everybody to do this. But now he's saying, that's what he's saying now. But back then, what he was saying and why he deleted this is because he's saying he's a broke dick. He can't afford it. That money from Social Security, he cannot survive on it.
I don't have anywhere to get it from if I accrue too much. But these people that have all that 401, pension, Social Security, and then they're married and then their spouse might be getting it, they're really on easy street compared to
broke you.
People like ones that I'm talking to right now that are like me that only have Social Security. The only dollars that come in to my bank every month since I quit my business, that's it. And whatever savings that you have or that I've been able to save. And even
so, why would you tell people? Why would you encourage people? Why would you get on here and make video after video after video and still continue to make videos trying to encourage people to quit their job as soon as they can, collect Social Security, and go get a job? Because Social Security isn't enough to live off of. So quit your job and then go get another job. Or, I don't know, how about just stay at your fucking job where you're getting money and you're paying your bills? Why would you want to? Because you're a lazy ass. It's the only reason. There's no other reason at all except I don't want to work. I want to get money for sitting on my ass doing nothing.
when I worked, I'll be honest with you, I didn't save money. I've never even owned a home in my life. I've always been a renter because with that business that I was in, I'm supposed to go straight, was a kind of a business that did take me every few years from one county to another. I would move, or one state to another. I lived in Georgia and Florida here. So I always thought, well, if I own a home, what am I going to do if I have to, I run out of territory to do my selling in, my marketing business that I had, and still be responsible for a house. So I was just
I just read a comment. I lost it. I can't find, but it said, I work and can't afford a $40,000 truck. Here, to fucking Shay.
Squatter. But in those days, pre-pandemic.
Sorry.
So I always thought, well, if I own a home, what am I going to do if I have to, I run out of territory to do my selling in, my marketing business that I had, and still be responsible for a house. So I was just a squatter. But in those days, pre-pandemic,
I don't know what he sold.
The cost of ownership,
it's a good question,
was a little less than renting, so it made sense to buy, more sense. It always makes more sense to buy when it's cheaper than renting. But right now,
anybody know what Timmy sold? Please let us know in the comments, please. Yeah, I don't know. Marketing business, my ass. You sold coupons door to door. So there you go. I don't know. Coupons. Somebody else said coupons. Snake oil. Yeah. He didn't sell. He marketed bovine scatology. That's bullshit to you and me.
Now it's the other way around. It's way up here to own and down here to rent.
No,
it's way cheaper.
It's way up.
The cost of
both
ownership,
ways.
if you bought today, is a lot more.
Oil change.
I mean, the homeowners insurance in Florida is off the charts. The interest rates are insane, and the price of a house we don't want to talk about.
Yeah, coupons book
But
it is.
going back in the old days, I rented, and so I never built equity. I didn't flip houses. A lot of people that are not only getting their pensions and 401 and getting Social Security, they've also owned several houses in their lifetime.
And yes, see, they bought an appreciating asset like a home. They didn't squander their money on an RV that depreciates faster than a rock dropped off the Empire State Building. No, they didn't. But the financial guru, he's telling you, yeah, just do nothing, own nothing, and apparently sell coupons. Don't save anything. And as soon as you fucking can, say, I'm out, collect that Social Security, then cry because you can't make enough money and you got to go get another job. But then as time goes by and you get yourself on YouTube and you start making some money on there, you look in the camera and you just tell everybody.
Because one thing I got, plenty of money.
But as we are hearing right now, he ain't got shit. Or as they say, a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of.
And always sold and made money on them. And, taking home equity loans or kept money and put down on the next house, but kept some in their pocket. So they've built wealth. Or they were in the stock market. All of these things, I have none. I told you I'm a minimalist. Minimalist in investments, minimalist in making money. I mean, I never even made that big of money.
And there you go. Just like he described, someone that has a home, an asset, someone that has a 401k with money in it, someone that has been playing the stock market, someone that does have a pension. Sure. If you're like, I got this, that, and that. I got a big fat savings account. Me and the wife got our nest egg. Yeah. 62, I'm out. Yeah, I'm going to go retire. But when you're a broke ass and you got 2 nickels and you're rubbing them together going, please make $1, please make $1, and it doesn't, and the first thing you do is go, I heard Tim. He said I'm going to die in 3 years, so I might as well go collect that money now because I'm going to drop dead tomorrow. And if I don't go collect it now, I'm not going to be able to because I'm just going to drop dead. Yeah. I don't know. People keep saying life expectancies. Do you know? Yeah. A bazillion years ago, people lived to be 30. Now people live to be 80, 90, 100. Come on. Oh, no. Tim's living on borrowed time because he's 65, isn't he? And doesn't he always preach this 70, 72 stuff? He's living on, he's inhaling the last couple breaths that he got. So he better go to the Boynton fucking Inlet a couple more dozen times in a day because he ain't going to be able to see it very much longer, even if his eyes are good, because he's on his last leg, according to everybody, because life expectancies are just dropping. Before you know it, by next year, people will only be living till 56. You people are insane who say, oh, life expectancy. Well, yeah. If you eat like Tim, if you go to Walmart every day and buy a bag of chips and you go to fast food restaurants every day because you don't have a kitchen and you don't cook and you're a minimalist, so you have to go to Walmart every day and take us along because like we give a fuck. But yeah, and you eat like garbage, just because you go to the gym don't mean shit. if you don't take care of yourself and you're a big fat slob and you have diabetes and everything else, well, yeah, your life expectancy isn't very long. Sure. Quit. You probably quit already. You quit your life a long time ago, so you might as well quit your job too. Get that Social Security for the last 3 years of your life. Fine. But if you're like Tim, who runs around bragging, I'm healthy as a horse, older than my eye, which we'll see here is a lie too. But yeah, if you're healthy as a horse, why are you going to quit your job? So you can go get another job because you can't live on Social Security that Tim's telling you go do. I don't understand it, but hey, people listen to it and people stick up for him. So God bless him. Or like they say in the South, bless his heart.
But, you know, that's relative too. If you don't make a lot, but you don't have a lot of overhead, it's relative. You know, you got a lot of people. I know people that make big money, but damn, you should see how they live. They got 8 credit cards, 3 cars, giant homes, lawn equipment, landscaping people, pool people, blah, blah, blah. The list goes on and on. You know, the property taxes, HOAs.
You know why they have pool people and lawn people? Because they're like you, Tim. They don't want to do that shit. They don't want to mow grass and clean the fucking pool and change and clean the filter and put the chemicals in. They don't want to trim the trees and edge the walk and clean up dog shit. No, they don't even want to watch their own kids. That's why they got nannies. They're like you, Tim. They want to sit around and do absolutely nothing, talk to a phone all day, and push a grocery cart around Walmart 3 times a day and let us all know about it. Get up in the morning and go to the gym so you can shower, which is funny because somebody in my comments told me, hey, you look dirty. I've been called a lot of things and said I look like a lot of things, but I've never been told that I look dirty. So I just wanted to say, if that person's listening, me, dirty, talk about, I can get up and walk around the corner and go to a bathroom, take a shit, take a shower, shave, comb my hair, and put on clean clothes. I don't have to get in a car, drive to a fucking gym, and go take a shower. I can take 9 of them a day if I want to. It's right here. It's right here. I don't have to go anywhere. I don't have to join a gym just so I can take a shower and wash my funky ass. So if anybody's dirty, it's this clown here. I don't give a shit if he takes 3 showers a day or not, like he says.
What a stressful life that would be for me. Let's get back to the point of the video.
Yeah, let's.
I have a tendency, I just drank a Diet Coke, I'm all hopped up. I'm a little nervous about cutting watermelon too. I'm 55 minutes early. My boss, if he's watching or she's watching, you know, that's a good thing.
10
so,
poops in a bucket.
I have
this is in a jug.
Rent, electric,
okay,
a government loan. That's where I got my money.
Mm-hmm.
When I was put out of business during the pandemic, you guys might have heard of people.
Here we're going to. Here we're going to hear just how much Tim took advantage of every single thing that he could to get free money, to get money for nothing, so he could say, I'm not going back to work. I'm not going to, what these people said, I'm not pounding the payments to sell coupon books anymore. I ain't doing nothing. I'm getting all the free money, and he'd tell you right here, everything. The PPP loan, the extended unemployment, the extra $600, making more money, not working, then working like everybody else in the country. The stimulus check. And then he went and he got this, the EIDL, the Emergency Injury Disaster Economic Injury Disaster Loan. And so he's just got government money after government money after government money after government money, and he's taking it all. So here's where we're going to hear all about it.
A government loan, that's where I got my money. When I was put out of business during the pandemic, you guys might have heard of PPP money, SBA, Small Business Administration, government. Some were grants that, you know, for their penance for shutting us down, that were basically replacing my my income that I was making. But remember, I never made much, so those weren't very big. Some people got millions, hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands. I got a couple of $1,000 twice. I could have got 3, but I missed out on one because, I don't know, it's another story. And those were forgiven.
See, those were forgiven.
Because that was the government saying, we're sorry, we shut.
So he didn't have to pay none of those back. That was all just free money. And now I don't know too much. I mean, I know a little bit about it, but I will say this. I did have a business. The wife and I, we had a portable sawmill. We had a logging business. We took, people would cut down trees and they would stack a bunch of logs, and we would take our sawmill to them and cut their logs into whatever they wanted. Boards, planks, fucking 2x4s, posts, for whatever they wanted. We would saw their logs into lumber. And so we got, we had a name and all that, had a register and all that bullshit. So I don't know. I was a small business because I was a small business, and we were registered with the state as a small business. Now, if he was a subcontractor working for a company, technically, if you're a subcontractor, just like, I guess if you're an Uber driver or whatever, you're technically a subcontractor, so you work for yourself, but you're not a small business. You are just that. You are a subcontractor. So I don't know how a subcontractor, I don't know if this is just me saying, I don't know what he did. I don't know who he worked for, but I don't think he himself, Tim, was Tim Incorporated or Tim's Coupon Sales, and he was a small business. He was a subcontractor for somebody else, is the way it sounds. I could be wrong. I do not know. But my only thing is a subcontractor, if indeed that's what he was, is not a small business, therefore does not qualify for a small business government granty fucking forgiveness loan mabobber. The other things, that's different. But just me thinking and speaking out loud on what I do know. That's all I got to say about right there. All right, let me go back just a tad.
Because that was the government saying, we're sorry, we shut you down, our bad, here's you some money to hold you over, so you're not on the streets. Well, and then
so he got all that
they came
money.
up with that unemployment. Do you guys remember the $600 a week that people were getting, and they didn't want to work because they were making more money on unemployment? Here's one. I was making about the same.
Let's do that. Do that left-handed God again.
The $600 a week that people were getting, and they didn't want to work because they were making more money on unemployment.
Right there. There you go. So he got that those 2 government loans for, like he said, I'm sorry, we made you stop your business because of the pandemic. And he's got the extra $600, the extra $600, and they extended that shit forever and ever and ever. So again, who's making more money staying at home doing nothing than going to work, and has 2 government loans and getting stimulus checks? Right there. Right there. The minimalist. So, yeah, there we go.
Here's one. I was making about the same, but gig workers, self-employed people, you can't get unemployment. You can only get unemployment if you work for someone and you're laid off.
See, gig worker. That's why I think he is not a small business. He is a subcontractor of sorts. Gig worker. Yeah, you do work for yourself, but gig worker, that's not a small business. So I don't know. Just again, I'm not sure.
Not if you're fired or you quit, but if you do work for someone, you can get unemployment. And it's never really ever amounted to much. You know, I would never want to collect it because I'd have to go back to work right away because that wasn't enough to pay my bills. But during the pandemic, they gave your unemployment of what you were used to making every week. And again, my income was very low on the record, so the unemployment amount was really a smaller than most people were getting.
Income low on the record.
But that $600 a week they were giving for like 3 months, they gave to gig workers. They gave to self-employed people. Again, because they shut us down. I didn't ask to be put out of business. I didn't ask to quit going out selling and earning. I was a self-starter. I've been doing it for 33 years. I didn't ask. We woke up one day, right? They said, give us 2 weeks to flatten the curve. Remember that? Well, 2-3 years later. So I got that. That held me over. And then I was about 6 or 8 months away from turning 62 to get my Social Security.
I don't know, Brian.
Well, the Social Security didn't add to income that disqualified you from the unemployment. So I was able to milk that for a while.
Milked it.
And it was like, wow. You know, I've heard stories. A lot of people made a lot of money. Not from free money, but from their businesses taking off since the pandemic. Plumbers, auto repair shops. Because for whatever reason, there were so many people shut down that people were clawing to get to anybody that was in business, and they were paying whatever they had to. I had a guy come over and fix my washing machine one time that the landlord sent because I was a renter, and he was talking about he's never made so much money. He's never been busier. So 2-3 years later, so I got that. That held me over.
By request, rewind. I'm rewinding. Broiled sour grapes. Did I go far enough? I hope.
Then I was about 6 or 8 months away from turning 62 to get my Social Security. Well, the Social Security didn't add to income that disqualified you from the unemployment. So I was able to milk that for a while. And it was like, wow. You know, I've heard stories. A lot of people made a lot of money. Not from free money, but from their businesses taking off. I'd have to go back to work right away because that wasn't enough to pay my bills. But during the pandemic, they gave your unemployment. If you were a business, things, I don't know what would happen by the grace of God. So it's so stories like that where a lot of businesses took off. And then the delivery business, you know, DoorDash and all these new things started up. So while a lot of things were shut down, like myself, a lot of things took off. I was in a direct sales person to person, you know, things that were taboo because we had to wear masks. They couldn't see my smile. They were, you know, it sucked.
Yes, I seen somebody said subcontractors receive a 1099. That is correct. Tim gets a 1099 from Google, as do I, because that's what happens. But yeah, so I don't know. Am I a small business now? Can I apply for a small business loan because I yabber on the YouTubes? I don't have any employees. I don't pay for space. I'm in my house. Of course, you can go through the shit and go, 1/16 of your house is used for your studio. So therefore that your electric, who wants to go through all that for this little thing? But yes, you are correct. Subcontractors do get a 1099 and are required to be responsible for their own tax deductions and such. Your employer does not take taxes out. Hence, subcontractor. But I don't know. Is a subcontractor still a small business? Is they considered the same thing? I don't know. I honestly don't know. So I'm just kind of talking out loud, thinking out loud.
And the businesses were closed. I couldn't go into businesses and make my cold calls. So it didn't help me at all. So if it wasn't for that unemployment and all those things, I don't know what would happen, by the grace of God. So it was so much money that I was able to bank a few dollars. And then as it got worse and they realized that it wasn't 2 weeks to flatten the curve, they started talking about if you're a business, remember the gig workers and self-employed people don't get unemployment. They extended it to those gig workers, which is what I was, because I was a business and I paid my taxes and therefore I qualified. I didn't get what many businesses got, but I got some money and it held me over. Then I started getting my Social Security. I'm backtracking a little bit here, but let me bring you up. Then they said, apply for these loans. These aren't forgivable, but the SBA, Small Business Administration, is going to give you what they call an EIDL.
This is where we start going into where when he says he's debt free, like he says all the time now, well, here's proof that he is not debt free. Those other things he spoke about before getting were forgiven, forgivable, forgiven, didn't have to pay them back. This that he is talking about now, the economic injury disaster loan, is a whole new animal. It is not forgiven, and it is something that he has to pay back. And he will tell you, I'll let him tell you in his own words, that it is $300 a month to pay back for 30 years. So he knows he will be paying it the rest of his life. Therefore, whenever he gets on and tells you, retire at 62 and collect Social Security, just like we heard, he's got nothing. He did it with nothing. And the only reason why he's got anything now is because he took 2 forgiven loans, a bunch of unemployment, and then went into debt, therefore not debt free. And now is cranking out 10 YouTube videos a day as his prison job. So he quit a job to get a job. Whether it's a better job or a more fun job or whatever, it's still a job. He did not retire and collect Social Security and go skipping off into the fucking sunset like he makes everybody believe, and buys trailers and $40,000 trucks and goes to Walmart every day and just skips along at the fucking Boynton Inlet because he collects Social Security early and he's just living the happiest days ever. He's full of shit, and this proves it all. He had nothing. He saved nothing. He prepared nothing, but he did it early, sucked up every free dollar that he could, and then put himself into debt with this unforgivable $300 a month for 30-year loan.
Emergency, something.
Economic.
Anyway, it was a
disaster
business loan. And because of catastrophes, disasters, and everything, to keep your businesses afloat. So I got approved. I got one, and it was more than that PPP money, the payroll protection plan, that was forgivable, because that was just my little salary they kind of tried to replace for me for a few months. But the EIDL was a loan that was a lot more money, and it was to help businesses, keep the machinery up, their rents, and so they wouldn't have to go out of business.
which you had none of. You had no overhead. You had no machinery to keep up. You had no employees to pay. You had no building to keep open. You had no lights to keep on. You had none of that. So what did you need the money for? Oh, I guess a truck and a camper so you go crush it.
So I was reluctant to take it, but I've been watching a lot of YouTubers who made a lot of money on YouTube making channels talking about there's a jog road. I'm going to Lyons Road. About the pandemic money that you could get. And so everybody was watching these, all the businesses, including myself, watching these channels that grew like crazy. They had hundreds of thousands of subscribers and hundreds of thousands of views, making big money on YouTube. And a lot of those guys are still doing it, but they've gone into stocks and gold, and they've branched out. You know, they keep evolving. But during the pandemic, it was all about, remember the, I got those too. We all got them, that stimulus checks.
Tim, stimulus
So
checks.
money kept coming in that actually did put me in that position of where I was saying, hell, pandemic wasn't so bad. I, got put out of business, but I was able to save some money, make some money, and every bit as much money as I was making working, and then some. But let me get back to that EIDL loan. So I was watching these YouTubers say, get that loan, and it's going to be, a real low interest rate, and they're going to give you a year to even start paying it back. And
So there we go. So far, he's been watching the YouTubers telling him to. So that's where he got his idea. Hey, I was stupid enough to watch YouTubers, and I went and got a loan. So why don't I make videos and I can convince people to retire at 62 with no savings or anything, so they can live like me in a fucking teardrop on somebody's land and go to Walmart every day because I don't have any place to store food. I don't have any place to put clothes. That's why they're hanging in my fucking truck with tags still on. And I'll just get on here and tell everybody how wonderful it is and how great it is. And I'll put on this smile and I'll go to the gym every day to take a shower because I don't have any place to do that either, because living on Social Security at 62 is just a fucking dream. And I'll convince everybody to do it and I'll make bank. Well, his one video took off. That's why he has all the subscribers he does. And then he made another one, and he made another one, and he made another one. Well, none of them got 1 million views like that one did. They're all getting a couple thousand because he's beating that dead horse and beating a dead horse, praying for another big hit. But it ain't coming because it's the same old shit. And especially, it's just like now with me, when I was trying to go back to get little clips of what he said and to do things, it's hard. Unless I remember, and at the time I'd make a note just to go back, say a week, to find a video where he said something, where I remember he said something. I got to wade through like 20 videos because he makes a bazillion of them a day and I don't watch them all. And I'm not going to go wading through 400 videos just to go back 2 weeks because this clown has nothing else to do. And he has a prison job because retiring and collecting Social Security at 62, like he said, you can't pay your bills, but he's going to con people into doing it anyway because he watched some people on YouTube and went and got a loan that he has to pay back. So he has to at least make $300 somewhere so he can pay this loan back because he's driving around a big old fancy truck.
we're saying, get that loan, and it's going to be, a real low interest rate, and they're going to give you a year to even start paying it back. And hey, if you don't need it, just pay it back, but take it, So I thought, well, that makes sense. Put it in the bank, and if you don't need it, pay it back. But it was a 30-year loan, like a mortgage, and it was a very small interest rate. I think it's 3.75, which doesn't seem that small now. And you had a year to start paying it.
A year.
It's like kind of hard to turn down.
But then,
so I took it, And I paid off some debt. And I got a year. And then guess what? They came out and said, how about another year? We'll give you another year to start paying this loan. And everybody, of course, did it. So I took another year. So 2 years goes by. But they said the interest, though, will continue to accrue.
Yes, it will.
But it was a 30-year loan. Now, I've already resolved with the fact that I'll be paying that the rest of my life. I just have maybe 30 years to live. So I'm going to be paying that for the rest of my life.
So there you go. He took the loan. It's $300. They gave it a forgiveness for a year, and they gave him a forgiveness for another year, but the interest still accrues. That's what they said. Remember, if anybody remembers, they did the same thing with mortgages. You don't have to pay your mortgage because we know you can't go to work or anything. So you don't have to pay your mortgage, and nothing will happen to you, and nothing will go on to the, yeah, it went on to the back end. You still paid the same amount, whether you want to believe it or not. Oh no, I didn't pay my mortgage for 6 months, therefore I got 6 months free. No, you didn't. That amount you're paying back, it's still the same. And that's the same with him. And so he still has to pay that shit back. And fuck, what was I going to say? He just said something that made me want to say something, and now I lost my train of thought.
But they said the interest, though, will continue to accrue. But it was a 30-year loan. Now, I've already resolved with the fact that I'll be paying.
Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So, now, if you watch Tim now, he says 72 or something like that, he's going to die. Well, how old is he here in this video? 65, 62, 63, 60 something? And now he's saying he has 30 more years to live. So now he's going to live to 90. Back then he was living till 90. Now he's telling everybody he's only going to live till 70 something. That's why you got to get it now, because you're not going to live very long. If you wait till 67 or 65 or 67, you only got a year or two until you drop dead, right? But here he's saying, well, I'm in my 60s. I got 30 years left. So now he's got until 90. But today he's telling you do it now because you're only going to live to 70. So which one is it there, Timbo? I'm a little bit confused.
That the rest of my life. I just have maybe 30 years to live. So I'm going to be paying that for the rest of my life.
More Tim math.
To have that grub stake, to have that startup. Sorry about that. I got cut off from a alarm that went off on my phone to leave for work. So I'm still way ahead of schedule. So calm down, Tim.
Yeah,
but
he's
I turned in the
65
wrong place here.
When was this video?
I'm not out anywhere near where I need to be yet.
Yeah, I know how old he is now, but how old was he in this video? He didn't make this yesterday. I'm well aware of all that. The point is even if he is 65, even if he's 62, just started collecting, or if he's 63 even, he's still 30 years where I went to school. 60 plus 30 is 90. But I guess if you do Tim math, it's 72. I don't know. But again, if you leave, $2,000 on the table in 3 years, you lost $100,000. So I don't know. That's Tim math. And then everybody comes over and comments, what's simple math? All you got to do it. Yeah, well, if you add it up, like $3,000 a year times 5 is not $100,000 fucking dollars. But anyway,
I don't think. So I took the loan. I waited the 2 years. I paid off some debt. I had some change, a lot of change left over, which brings me up to what I said in the beginning of the video. I was robbing Paul to pay Peter. I was robbing from that found money, that borrowed money.
That's right. See?
That
robbing Peter to pay Paul.
They gave me, along with my Social Security, and resolved to the fact that I'm going to be paying it the rest of my life.
But you're debt free, Timmy.
And, when the payment comes, I'll just get a job. I mean, it's like a $300 payment. So who couldn't get a job and make $300 falling out of bed?
Or just because your job took a shit during the pandemic. But guess what, Timbo? You're not the only person on the planet that worked. I'm pretty sure that there was restaurateurs and all kinds of other people that had businesses that actually had employees and overhead and all kinds of shit to deal with that was affected by the pandemic. But I'm sure they didn't go, well, I'm sure some of them did because they had to, but they didn't throw their hands up in the air and quit. And again, collect that money at 62. Not a pandemic now, but just quit your job and get that free money, as Tim calls it. He even calls it that. And then get a job to pay all your bills and pay back all these loans. So you have to still get another job. Why didn't you stay at the job you had? Why do you want to quit and get another job? That part is what doesn't make sense to me.
So that's what happened. And then when the loan started and it came to maturity and there was no more free ride of paying, waiting, I had to get a job.
And he got that cool little bow tie.
And of course, my job really is only a few $100 more than that payment. So this job is not enough. I'm going to need
another one.
I'm going to need more. I'm going to need that, what I keep talking about. I'm going to need that $1,000 to $1,500 a month that will keep me under that $21,500 that I'm allowed to make, and well cover that loan amount and have money. Be a game changer for me.
Like I said.
So as you can see, I'm on the level with you guys. The gig I'm doing here, I'm just breaking even. I don't.
So he's collecting Social Security. He's got a gig, another gig. So I guess he's still a small business because he's doing a gig. I don't know. So he's collecting Social Security. He's got a job. Still not enough. He's got to get something else. So yeah, listen to Tim. Definitely retire early and collect that Social Security at 62. That's what I would do. And then go get 2 fucking jobs. Like Tim.
I don't have any extra money to go to dinners, to take cruises, to travel, to hook up the Wolf Pup camper and buy gas 10 miles per gallon in this thing and drag it around the country and see things and live a retirement life. If I got that $1,000.
So there you go. The Wolf Pup. Well, how long ago was it that he had that thing? So however long ago that was, that's how old he was. That wasn't like recent. So I think he was younger than 65. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't been watching him that long. It didn't take very long for him to annoy me and me to start talking about him. But yeah. So whenever he had the Wolf Pup, that's what he's talking about. I guess before he had this big fancy one that he doesn't use anymore because he doesn't want to drag it around. So he's got this little teardrop that he sleeps in and climbs out of and goes to Walmart and to the gym every day. I don't know. His life doesn't make sense to me, but it's his life, not mine. So
I don't have any extra money to go to dinners, to take cruises, to travel, to hook up the Wolf Pup camper and buy gas 10 miles per gallon in this thing and drag it around the country and see things and live a retirement life. If I got that $1,000 to $1,500 coming in and I saved up some money for a few months, and I didn't want to travel during the winter months anyway, other than Florida, it's cold everywhere else.
So you just heard he said all that stuff that he can't do just on Social Security and that job paying back that loan. So that's all he just listed everything that he can't do. But today, if you watch his videos and you watch his inspirational morning devotional and you listen to him talk about everything, and he tells you,
because one thing I got, plenty of money.
And he's just living the life and he's doing whatever he wants to. He's getting ready to go travel and drag that little teardrop all over and everything else. He's living a dream, retiring and collecting at 62. But here he's telling you, I can't do shit.
I'll do some traveling and enjoy my life. I don't have to do it year round. Just save up, work all, 3/4 of the year, save up, then, quit that job and go travel around. That's kind of what I want to do. So anyway, to bring you back, I get $1,700 a month. I pay my rent. I pay my electric. It's not too bad in a little camper, as you can imagine. I pay the government loan, which I told you was $300. I got car insurance, obviously full coverage on a $40,000 vehicle here. I've got one credit card that doesn't charge me interest, but...
Now, this is what I was talking about earlier. I think I mentioned, I don't know, maybe it was just in my head, but he mentions, I got this, I got that, I got this loan. I have car insurance on this $40,000 truck. I have a credit card. He never mentions a payment for the $40,000 truck. So when I do some Sarasota Tim math, I put $40,000 truck, not saying he has a $40,000 truck payment, means he took that loan that he's paying off at $300 a month and he bought himself a $40,000 truck. Would you agree with me over there in Chatland? Is that what it sounds like to you? I mean, I don't know, but he doesn't mention having a truck payment at all.
I have to make like a couple $100 a month payment on it to try to cover what I spend on it every month, and it still keeps climbing. But remember, I do have some savings, so if that interest runs out and I can't get an interest-free credit card from somebody else and do a transfer balance, I'll just have to take the money from my savings and pay it off. I'm not going to pay one penny in interest. So I use that instead of cash. I have food, which I put down here, $800.
That blew me away. Because Lion that's a logical assessment. That blew me away. One guy, $800 a month in groceries. Now, I know some people might say that's what the price of food now and everything. I'll agree with you, but I'm going to tell you right now, and this is no lie, anybody that is a member and has been to any of my member live streams, I've talked about this. For the wife and I, two people, we spend $400 for the month. We get everything we need at the beginning of the month, and then that lasts us till the beginning of the month. We might have to go get maybe a dozen of eggs and maybe a couple of containers of heavy whipping cream that we drink in our coffee. But other than that, we have everything we need for the entire month for two people, $400. But Timbo pays $800 in groceries for one person. And that is the difference between having a house where you can buy food and put it in a refrigerator or a freezer and cook meals in a kitchen than from going to Walmart and grocery shopping every single day because you have nowhere to put shit and you're eating at restaurants and fast food because you don't have anywhere to cook. So, yeah, retire, 62, live in a fucking teardrop in a Walmart parking lot or park it along the curb and put the steps down on the sidewalk. That still pisses me off. Or sleep in a teardrop, but go to Walmart and cook and go to the gym to wash your funky ass. Sounds like a lovely, lovely way to spend, as Tim says, your final 3 or 4 years of life, doesn't it? Wouldn't you want to kick back or go run around and do things that you enjoy instead of fucking spending $800 on groceries because you have no place to put it and sleeping in a fucking little teardrop trailer and going to a gym to take a shower? Get the fuck out of here.
I don't think it's an exaggeration. Food's expensive. Gas for my car, I have to say, because, now that I'm going back and forth with this job, I'm buying more gas than I was before I started doing the gig work, the side hustle work, because I just sat at the house and went to the inlet or...
See, somebody said something about he doesn't cook in the Flagstaff. He hasn't been in that Flagstaff. We don't even know where that thing's at. He says it's somewhere and he still has it, but he has a little teardrop. He hasn't been in the Flagstaff in I don't know how long. I know, Marilyn, $800 in food for one person. Again, like I said, if you're eating out at restaurants or you're eating fast food or you're going to the grocery store buying, enough for a day and you're going there every day because every day he puts out, I'm at Walmart pushing a fucking shopping cart around and he has to take us along because he thinks that's awesome content. But apparently somebody does because 3,000 or 4,000 people watch this dumbass walk around Walmart, stick his finger in food and then put it back on the shelf. Gross, disgusting ass. But yeah, so yeah, I could kind of see him paying $800. I mean, that's a stretch, but I guess if you add up, again, fast food and restaurants, and again, you can't buy in bulk. You can't buy anything. You have to buy what you can eat today because you ain't got no place to put it. You don't have a refrigerator. If you do, it's a small one or it's a fucking cooler. You can't keep food. It's a very expensive way to live. For the free, cheap, and easy life, like all the nomads will lead you to believe it is, it isn't. It's a very expensive way. Like I said, I watched this one kid. He was a young dude, and is maybe like 26, 27 years old, and he said, "Van life, it's very expensive homelessness."
Whatever. I wasn't commuting. Certainly, like when I was working and going around making sales calls. So anyway, I got a couple of $100 for gas. My phone, you guys know I got Visible Wireless.
Oh, here we go.
I haven't paid for my phone in 2 years because I pay $5 a month. Because I made some videos about Visible Wireless, which is awesome. You should get it. Check out my videos. If you just Google on YouTube Visible Wireless, you're going to find Baker on there. And use my link and you can save $20 off your first month. And I get $20.
That's right.
Well, I get $20 so often from people joining Visible that, and it accumulates up to 12, no more than that. So I stay maxed out at 12 months, $20 off, banked up. So that's 1 year, leaving a balance of $5 because it's 25 all in.
And that's what he's trying to do now with his fucking T-Mobile shit. I go to T-Mobile. It's great. It's great. It's great. Oh, this is a piece of shit. I'm taking it back. But hey, you still buy it anyway. There's a link below. You can use my fucking coupon code and give me free stuff. It's not working out great for me. And then the next day, oh, I got it all figured out. Hey, you guys, use that link. You go to get T-Mobile. It's great. It's great. You use your hotspot. You can do this. And you can pay this and that and that. And you can get on the old fogey plan. Yeah, that's his pitch. That's his pitch. Because he wants you to pay for his fucking T-Mobile like you guys all did for his other one. And so he's cranking them out too.
For the cell service, unlimited talk, text, and data. I'm up to 2 terabytes a month using on data, streaming my TV, because it's a smart TV. So I only pay $5 a month. My medical insurance, I'll be honest with you guys, during the pandemic,
I hear you.
You guys heard of Obamacare? Well, it's actually the Affordable Care Act is what it really is.
It's garbage.
And if you are a broke dick and don't have a lot of income.
A broke dick? Wait a minute. Tim, did you say you're a broke dick?
Because one thing I got, plenty of money.
But you just said you was a broke dick. Which one is it, Timbo? I'm confused again.
The government subsidizes health insurance, and they'll pay up to so much money, and you pay. And if you are a broke dick and don't have a lot of income, the government subsidizes health insurance, and they'll pay up to so much money, and you pay the difference. And depending on what policy you want to take and what company you're with, you could have it all paid. you know, or you can have half of it, depending on your income. And it might be different now because I'm making some money, but I got on it. I didn't even try to get it. I was solicited from some insurance company saying, hey, I saw you collected unemployment. Would you like to get health insurance because you're a broke dick? And I thought, well, what's it about?
Again, he's a broke dick.
Because one thing I got, plenty of money.
But now he's a broke dick. And here I want to tell you something else there, Sarasota Timbo. First of all, you only know about Florida. You're talking to people all around the world, and you're talking about people all around the country. You're talking to people all over the place on your little YouTube channel. You don't know what you're talking about because you know what? I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but Pennsylvania does not. Again, does not use Obamacare. We have a thing here called Penny. It's Pennsylvania something insurance, whatever the fuck. But it is not Obamacare. It's something totally different. We do not recognize it here in Pennsylvania. So it's not even a thing. And then another thing is each state has a different allotment. So if you go to one of these brokers and say, hey, I'm an old fuck, I'm collecting Social Security or whatever, or I get this and I got this, or before you can, and you're looking for Obamacare, if you go to one of these places, each person is allotted, I don't know what the number is, but it's around, say, $1,200 a month. So, each state gets $1,200 a month for you to spend on insurance. Or if your state gets $800 a month for you to spend on insurance, that's what they spend on insurance. So, if your insurance is $1,200 and you get $1,200, you get on there and you go, hey, my insurance is free on Obamacare. Or if you are allowed $800 and it's $1,200, guess what? You owe the extra. So your free stuff isn't free. You owe $400. That's how that works. It's not like, oh, well, here, it's a whole big thing. But again, you're talking to people all over the place, and it's not that way everywhere. In Florida, it's one way. I told you guys to do this before. Go ahead and go onto Obamacare website and punch in a different state. Just make up an address and put this state and see what it comes back, and see what it comes back in your state, and then punch in another state. Each state, it's different. You get this one that it's a $9 million deductible and it covers fucking 80% of whatever and it's free. Or you can get this one for $200 a month and it'll cover everything and it's only a $6,000 deductible. Or you can pay $400 a month and you only have a $2,000 deductible and it covers every fucking thing and the moon. Or you can pay $900. It's all different levels. But then that's for here, or that's there, or Maryland, or whatever. And then you go to Florida and it goes, oh, well, yeah, free for this and that. Every state is different. So when you talk about this dumb shit and you're trying to sell it to people, you don't know what you're talking about. But now we're going to get into some good stuff anyway. That's kind of interesting to me. Some more. It's kind of like, almost like the I'm a broke dick.
Because one thing I got, plenty of money.
Well, it's the same thing. It's coming up. We're getting ready to talk about it right now because we're talking about this insurance stuff. So he's going to say it.
And they explained. And by the grace of God, I needed dermatology. I have Crohn's disease, so I have this intestinal problem. I had to go see a gastroenterologist. I got glaucoma. None of these things I want to have.
All righty. Okay. You heard all that list. You heard that list of stuff, right?
When I became self-employed, after I didn't have the insurance, I have always been a healthy person. Even when I was married and had my kids and raising the kids, there was nothing anybody ever really needed as far as, cancer and diabetes and other real high medical costs. There was a sore throat, and so you got some antibiotics, and they're really no cure for viruses. You just have to kind of let it get through your system. Now, I'm not saying this because I'm making a broad term that can't happen to people. You have to take a chance. It's a gamble. But here's what I won't gamble. And here's what you're not taking a chance on. If you're 62 and you can start collecting your free check, and that's what I call it. I know it's your money that you paid in. I call it a free check, free money. I get $1,700 a month. And if I stayed working for 3 more years, or didn't collect my Social Security until I was 67, for 5 years, that's $100,000 that I would have left on the table. And I can tell you that at 65 years old, I can count the times on one hand how many times I've been to a doctor.
Did you hear that? Did you just hear that spiel? Oh my. Well, that's a little bit different than this.
So much money, and you pay the difference. And depending on what policy I have, because you're a broke dick. And I thought, well, what's it about? And they explained. And by the grace of God, I needed dermatology. I have Crohn's disease, so I have this intestinal problem. I had to go see a gastroenterologist. I got glaucoma. None of these things I want to have, but...
So there you go. I am healthy. I never had to go to the doctor. Maybe for a simple sore throat. I didn't waste my money because earlier in the other video, it's all about you can't get Medicare until you are 60, 65 or whatever. You can get your Social Security, but you can't. But I didn't have insurance. I didn't get on some group plan. I didn't have insurance. I was healthy. I didn't have to. I can count on one hand the times I went to the doctor, and it was nothing more than a sore throat. Now we hear what? I had this. I got fucking something, dermatology problems. I got glaucoma. I got fucking Crohn's disease. I got intestinal gastrologist appointments. I got this. So which one is it? You're healthy as a fucking horse. You never went to the doctor. You didn't need insurance. And if it was something just like a sore throat, you could pay for it. Now, over here, you're Mr. Broke Dick. And by the grace of God, you got some fucking insurance because you have a plethora of health issues. So please, someone please tell me, what are we supposed to believe?
By the grace of God, I got this insurance, which is subsidized. So I'm wearing out these doctors. Well, I got a lot of...
Wearing out them doctors. Wearing out them fucking doctors.
Stayed working for 3 more years, or didn't collect my years old. I can count the times on one hand how many times I've been to a doctor. I had to go see a gastroenterologist. I got glaucoma. None of these things I want to have, but by the grace of God, I got this insurance, which is subsidized. So I'm wearing out these doctors. Well, I got a lot of dermatology work done. I'm seeing the eye doctor, but he just got me on drops. But you know how much those drops cost?
Never go to the doctor.
For $350 for a little bottle, and my insurance is paying it. And I think I paid $22 for one of them. So, I mean, I'm a blessed man. Thank you, Jesus. I'm a blessed man. And it actually turned my entire life around. So now, as a minimalist on Social Security, without a real job, just a side hustle, I am just making ends meet between the $1,700 Social Security, the $500 or $600 on the side hustle, the blessings that I get from YouTube, Amazon, and you guys buying me a coffee. Thank you so much for your generosity, those that have done that, and those that might do it in the future. Hint, hint.
Now, you all just heard that. I just had some, for lack of a better term, bitch, come over here yesterday or the day before, and You're talking about Tim and what are you doing? You have a link to a PayPal, and you have this, and you have that, and you have all this other stuff, and blah, 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 blah. He never begs. He never asks for nothing. Ooh, I'll let her, if she's watching, I'll let you, dearie, honey, sweetie, boo-boo, you go back and rewind that part and listen to him again. I don't say, link below, go buy some stuff on my Amazon wish list or my affiliate link because I get kickbacks for that, and I do this, and buy me a cup of coffee, and I got plenty of money. If there's one thing I got, it's lots of money, and I can afford a $3 coffee. Here he's saying, and for you guys that haven't donated yet, hint, hint, I need you to buy me money, buy me coffee, because I ain't got no money because I'm a broke dick, and I got to have 2 extra jobs. One being this little side gig, and the other pumping out YouTube videos, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other, so I can get some AdSense, and then have you guys give me fucking money on YouTube. And she's coming over here talking about me. Again, if somebody wants to give me a super chat, they know where to click the button. If somebody wants to go somewhere and give me something or buy something, or if it's there, they know where to look for it. I do not get on here and say, I don't have little things that pop up and go, my PayPal link, or give me this, or buy me this, or do this. I don't have none of that. If anybody wants to, and they've been on YouTube long enough, they know where to look. I don't need to tell you. I'm not like Tim, who tells everybody to collect Social Security at 62, and you too can live a life of luxury like Tim. Sleeping in a little small tin can, spending $800 a month on food, and then crying on this video that, yeah, don't do it, folks, because you'll have to get 2 extra fucking jobs and beg people on the internet for money for coffee.
Anyway, there's a link in the video. But I'm trying to put together all the scratch I can, and I'm making ends meet, and I'm not having to borrow from the savings. And the savings is nothing. The savings is just to, God forbid, an emergency. You know, it's not like, hey, I got all this money in the savings, I can,
we're almost done with this shit.
Take a cruise, or, take the wolf pup out and travel. No. It's to give me so I don't sit and sweat and feel like I'm behind the 8 ball. I got a little savings, like people that have equity in their home, or people that have money in the stock market, or a 401. It's not that kind of money, but you know what I mean? It gives you a little peace of mind to know you got a little something. I mean, I hate to know that I'm making ends meet, but I got 0 after that. God forbid, I needed to go to a dentist. I shared that on a few videos back.
More medical.
And I was just going to get an extraction because it's a rear tooth. It's not in the front. And they want a fortune to do, root canal and a crown. I don't have it. I just don't have it. And there is no insurance for dental. Dental insurance is a joke. It covers like 50% of this exorbitant price they charge.
So 50%.
And dentists are on every corner. I don't know how they're charging that much money.
Better than no percent.
But don't get me started on the dentist. But by the grace of God, again, my tooth stopped hurting. I had real sensitivity chewing back here. I had to favor the one side.
Oh, wow.
Where I had an extraction done years ago, and I was just chewing against my gum. And not to divulge, too much information, but
long in the tooth.
You only get one set of teeth. I don't want to have them all yanked out. So what happened is a couple of them chipped and broke.
64, okay.
And there's no exposed nerve or anything, but there was sensitivity. And for some reason, they're strong as hell now. I can chew on them, but I take it easy, and I don't eat nuts and things that are, they're going to give me a problem. This video is going on and on and on. So now you know, without giving you the exact dollars, I got the 17. I'm making 5 or 6 extra, plus those few things that I get on the side that amount to a little bit. And I have a couple $100 maybe to the positive. But I want to get a job. That's why I wanted those extra wine gigs that I can fit in with, that pay $25 an hour. I don't want to go back to work full time. Don't get me wrong. I'm not at that point. But I will work 20, 25 hours a week instead of this 10, 12 that I'm doing. What is it? 4-hour gigs. I do 3 a week. Yeah, I'm working half as much as I would be willing to work. So I could double that. Like I said, $1,500 a month would be a game changer for me. Pay that government loan and still have, $1,000 extra to save and put up for emergency and to do something fun, a couple of months a year, like all these other retired people down here with the big bucks that leave and get out of this heat and go do things. So that's what I'm going to do. And the only way you can ever get to it is to crush it.
There you go, kids. There you go. So, just so you know there, Timbo, if you watch this, whatever you do, don't make a video bitching about it. Don't say I manipulated it and I took things apart and I put a video together and this is all AI generated. No, no, no. But you definitely know. Now you know why he deleted this one. Because it contradicts every single thing that he says now. I'm a broke dick with medical issues. My Social Security at 62 did not pay for shit. I had to get another job, start a YouTube channel, and beg you people to give me fucking money. But now, today, what does he tell everybody?
Because one thing I got, plenty of money.
That's right, because you took all the stimulus checks and you took the government loans and you're taking everybody's free coffee money and you're getting 20 videos a day and you're getting AdSense for that and you're getting your $1,700 a month for collecting Social Security. So you're just crushing it there, Timbo. You are crushing it. So there you go. Which one is it? You guys decide. Is it retire early? Take financial advice from Tim because he's an expert. He's living it. So therefore he knows it, and do what he's telling you to do now. Retire early, collect at 62. Fuck health insurance. Healthy as a horse, unless you have health problems. But he's healthy as a horse, and anything that he has to go to the doctor for, he can pay for. But don't do that, because if you're collecting Medicare and you don't get your gap short insurance and all that other bullshit, you'll get penalized for the rest of your life. I know, I did it. I told that story before too. And so I don't know. I don't know which one it is. Is it broke dick with a horde of health issues that by the grace of God, he has some health insurance and he has no money to do nothing? He's robbing Peter to pay Paul? Or is it, I'm crushing it, sleeping in the cramper, and I'm going to go find the crasher and hook it to the crusher, and we're all going to go camping together, and I'm going to go down here in Paradise, and let's go to Boynton Beach Inlet again, and then I'm going to go to Walmart, and hey, I'm going to the gym. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Why is the gym open? This is fucking shitty. These fucking people with their prison jobs, why ain't they up in the morning going to their prison jobs so I can get in here and take a shower? Because I don't have fucking anything. I can't go take a shower in my little teardrop fucking thing. I need to go take a shower. I need to shit, shower, and shave. Come on, people, get up. I can't even go to fucking Wawa and get my best coffee I ever had because these people ain't doing their prison jobs. Well, maybe they took your advice, Tim. Maybe everybody said, fuck it. I quit. I'm going to go collect Social Security. Maybe they watched Bob Wells and Tim, and they said, fuck it. I'm quitting buying a van, and I'm going to the desert. I'm not working anymore. So where are you going to shower at, Tim? Where are you going to get your coffee? You better hope fucking Apu is still at the 7-Eleven. You better hope he's still going to keep his prison job. Or you ain't going to get your 7-Eleven coffee either. But yeah, I don't know which one it is. If he's crushing it and doing a tater job, turning that camera on and going, hey guys, I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'm having such a good time. And Tim, I'm crushing it. Yeah, I got my coffee. Thanks you guys, because you bought me coffee. Hey, don't worry. I got plenty of money. I can buy my own coffee, but when you guys buy it, tastes better. Best coffee I ever had. Yeah, best life ever. Because I'm living off of $1,700 a month, and I am loving it. While you guys are stuck at your prison job. And then the camera goes off, and Tater goes, that motherfucking BlindViews, he's stealing my... And Tim's doing the same thing. As soon as that camera goes off, I gotta go to Walmart again and buy some sandwiches and a banana. I really gotta shit. I gotta go to the gym. I gotta go to the gym and take a shower. Life sucks. Fuck. What is it? Oh, man. It's gonna start getting hot here in Florida. I gotta get the hell out of here, but I ain't got no money. I better turn on the camera and make another video. Hey, guys. Hey. Update on the eye. I can't see out of this one, so I drive like this. Yeah. Yeah. They're both phonies. Both of them. And that's why I make fun of them. So there you go. I went over that shit. The whole thing. We suffered through it together. Yeah. I think he's mad at Tim. He's taking all my attention. Trading the Wolf Pup 23 for the new 26. Cool. Deadbeat dads. There no mercy. A lot of Tim, especially in Florida. Oh, really? He's not a good spokesman for Planet Fitness. Having a meet and greet. Working behind the deli counter. Yeah. I did. Anybody that listens to him, and that's what damn it. And that's what trips me out when people come over here and go, oh, well, see, it's a good thing to retire at 62, and I'll tell you why. And Tim has a good advice. Well, again, yeah, if you have a 401k and a pension and this and that and all this other bullshit, yeah. But if you ain't got shit, if you're like Tim, again, you got 2 quarters and you're rubbing them together going, please make $1, please make $1. Fuck, still 50 cents, please make $1. Yeah, it's not a good idea. I can't see out of this eye, so me cover my good eye and keep driving. Yep. See? I proved it. I can't see. Smash. Yep, that's exactly what he does. Oh my God. The Elvis Slater. I wanted to kick him down in Elvis Slater and watch him just roll. I would have loved to see that. Thank you. He says government loan. He means he owes the IRS. He owes somebody. Tater's pissed he left the building. Yes, please do. Yeah, a lot of people ask me about Tammy. I don't know about Miss Tammy. I heard about her, but I don't know. I just started watching Tim. It was after Tammy, post Tammy. One of his videos, he said he stood up in a teardrop and banged his head. Well, yeah, you can't stand up on one of them damn things. Yeah, ugh. No taxes on groceries in Florida. Oh. I can't believe the video where Jimmy gets so excited over an ironing board. When he had 2,000 subs, he was real. When he got 15, he showed his, as Kenny would say, true colors. Yeah, see, he got a big head when he did that stupid 62 video and got a bunch of views on it and got a whole bunch of subscribers, and then started talking about other shit. And that's why when people go, Tim has 63,000 people watching him. No, I can look at the view count. I see it's 4, 5, 6, 7,000. That's a far cry from 63,000. Sorry. You only got 10,000, not even 10,000 subscribers. You got 9,000 subscribers. Yep, and I have 6, 7, 8,000 views on mine as well. So let's see, 10,000 subscribers and 6,000 views, 63,000 subscribers and 6,000 views. Which one looks better when you compare them? Yeah. So shut the fuck up. If you don't know your gazentas, don't come over here. Oh God, please don't let him do lives. Please. Boy, Grace is curious. So how to see her go back to January, I guess. She booted him out. Wait, she invited him to live in the same month. Husband died. Yeah, I hear a whole lot about her husband dying and some property and keeping stuff there and doing stuff. I don't know. Again, I don't know. You guys will have to fill me in as I catch up. But you know, Tim could be Tater's Uber driver when Texas rejects Eric's registration application again. Needs to ride back to the blue shed. They can crush it together. I think that is a fucking excellent idea. Oh, more.
Yay!
Gifted memberships. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Speaking of Tater, did he ever get his vehicle registered? Not of yet. I didn't hear anything. I didn't see anything posted. He hasn't mentioned it. What the fuck? Well, yeah, not only that, but he'd be rambling on and on and on, and then it'd start his truck and it would connect to Bluetooth and it would shut off, and because he's just too dim-witted. Yeah, he does a lot of stuff that's kind of whack. Again, he's another one of them people that he relies on YouTube. YouTube is his life. His whole world revolves around YouTube. Again, it's his prison job. He wakes up and the first thing he does, he pops his eyes open, he grabs that phone, he turns on, hey, I'm alive, people, and I'm going to talk and I'm going to tell you all about it. I'm going to sit out here and I'm going to have a session and I'll see you in 5 more minutes. And then he turns that shit off, hits upload, and as soon as it's done uploading, hey, I had another thought. Hit the record. I'm getting ready to go to the gym and fucking wash my stinky ass. I'm going to go crush it. And then he hits upload, and then when that's done uploading, he starts talking again, and then gets in his truck, and it cuts off because it connects to Bluetooth. Hey, it cut off because I connected to Bluetooth again. It does it every time I get in the truck, but I won't change. I'll keep doing the same stupid shit because I'm a moron. And then hit upload, and then by the time it's done uploading, he's at the gym. Hey, I'm in the gym parking lot, just so you guys know. I'll see you in another 15, 20 minutes when I'm done washing my stank ass. And then hits upload and goes in and takes a shower, comes back out, and it's done uploading. Okay, guys, I'm out of the shower. Let's go to Walmart. I'll put you in the grocery cart, and we'll go walk around fucking Walmart. Let's go. And that's what he does. That's what he does all day long. So his life revolves around YouTube, but he doesn't know how it works. He doesn't understand it. He did contribute to dinner tonight. Well, good for him. Whoopie do. He can't do lives until his broke dick is fixed. Ah, shit, that was funny. Let me just get way down. I'm sorry. No, I will never do a tribute to Camo Dave. Sorry. Not a Dave fan. And they do. They watch all of it. Hey, God bless him. I will say that. God bless him. He found his niche. He found some people that like to see his every move. And I've said this. And he gets to the store and can never remember what he needs to buy. Yeah. Or like I said, he sticks his fingers in shit and then puts it back on the shelves. But Yeah, and then when the people come over here and they're, well, you just sit in your studio, why don't you go out and do something like Tim? Well, first of all, I am truly blind. Unlike Tim, I don't have a little glaucoma that I can be just fixed with drops. Sorry. And I can't drive, so I can't go out and drive around. Even though if Tim had what I had, he probably would go drive anyway because he's that fucking dim-witted. I don't know what the problem is. I don't know. I don't know why that guy can't get through. I'm not blocking him. He actually fucking said that. And then when he drove, oh, look, here he comes. Yeah, because you left him that much room to fit a fucking full-size pickup truck through. Well, I'm not blocking him. I don't know why he can't get through. He's an ass clown. But anyway, yeah, I'm in my studio, and again, I know that's there. When I spin around, I know what's behind me. I know where everything is. I'm blind. Not totally, but legally blind. Damn near blind. I'm not out walking around. And I don't want to tell you everything I do. I'm walking down the steps now. I'm opening the door, going outside, getting the trash can. Oh, I put the trash can out. Now I'm going to go get the recycle bin. Oh, I'm taking the recycle bin out. Are you having fun yet? Okay, now I'm going to walk back in the house. I'm going to put a trash bag in the trash can. Okay, now I'm going to go over and sit on the couch. I'm going to turn on my TV. Here, you want to see my remote? I turned the TV on. You know what I'm going to do? I don't know. But whatever I'm going to do, I'm not a broke dick because I got money and plenty of it. I wish you guys would buy me a coffee. Coffee? Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll go over and get a cup of coffee. Come on, guys. You want to come with me to get coffee? I'm going to walk to the kitchen. See me in the kitchen? Look, here's my coffee maker. This is how I put water in my cup. And then I put it in here. And then I put this in here. And I put the coffee in. That's how I make coffee. Best damn coffee I ever had. Doesn't it sound like fun? Wouldn't you just like to follow me around all fucking day? No, it's boring. I'm not that important. I'm not that self-absorbed. And I don't want you to know everything I do. You don't need to know about my life. So when Sarasota Timmy gets all upset because everybody knows what he's doing, it's his own fault. And when his little Timbots come over here and go, oh, you people are so sad you have enough time to dig into Tim's life to know he has a loan. Dig? Who the hell has to dig? I know how long his fucking toenails are. I don't have to dig for anything. He tells you everything. I know when he got a haircut, when he went to the gym, when he went to fucking Walmart, how big his fucking trailer is, I know everything. If there's one thing you don't have to do is dig for any information about Tim. All you got to do is sit down and be really, really bored and watch Tim videos all day long. And trust me, there's enough. You can watch them all day long. You don't have to dig. So when these morons that watch his ass come over here and say dumb shit, it is beyond me. I wish I could go to their house and knock on the door and go, you're stupid. You have to dig. What do you have to dig for? Everybody knows exactly what. I know Tim eats bananas from Walmart. I know he goes over to the lunch meat lady and says, hey, I want some turkey and some roast beef. And then he walks away and he goes over and he fingers the fucking donuts and the yogurt and everything else. And then he puts it all back. And then he goes over and goes, let me go see if that lady cut my lunch meat yet. You don't have to dig to know what Tim does. Tim tells you. I bet I could go to the Boynton Beach fucking inlet and I bet I could find Tim. Why? Oh, because I tracked him down and I hunted him down and I dug and I hired a private investigator. No, I just clicked on Sarasota Tim on YouTube and go, oh, there he is. Oh, he's getting ready to go to the gym again because he got a shit. There, Tim shit 3 times a day and showered twice. I know. How do I know? Did I make a phone call? No. Tim told me. Tim tells me everything. Everything he comes into his little head, he tells me. Every little step he takes, he tells me. Every time he puts air in his tire, he tells me. When he washes his truck, when he puts some tire shine on, he tells me. I don't have to dig for anything. These fucking dumb people. Dumb people. You're right. I know how much insurance is on my shitty little cheap car. That's half that. We paid $18,000 for our car. And then with all the tags, title, and all the other bullshit, it was close to 20, but not quite. And my insurance was fucking crazy, ridiculous. So I could imagine want something twice as much. Oh, the mattress, yeah. Oh, shit. The mattress pad, yeah. I did see some of that. I wanted to get a mattress cover and I got a mattress pad. I guess maybe that's why he fucking keeps tags on everything, because he knows he's fucking stupid and he'll have to take something back. Hey, it's Peach. What up? Oh my. What a fun time it was. Wasn't it fun, kids? Wasn't it fun?
Yes, it's the bats. I know you new people probably don't know what the bats are all about, but the bats. We have bats. I send the bats out. The king bat, he leads them. He tells them what to do. There he is. Go find Tim. Fly, my winged beauties. Fly. Find Tim. Poop on his truck. Make him wash it again. Poop all over his truck. Fly. Fly, my winged beauties. He's down in Florida. His namesake. Find him at the Boynton Inlet or close by. Poop on his truck. Oh, yes, I know. I'm silly. But that's the way we like it. All right, yeah, thanks, guys. I really appreciate everybody coming and hanging out with me tonight. That's right. All righty. I've been hanging out with you guys for almost 2 hours, about an hour and 47 minutes. And yeah, don't forget to tip your barmaids and waitresses. If there's anything you want to hear, just let me know. I'll get it on just as soon as I can. Now, coming to the center stage, it's Cinnamon. Oh, yes. I think it's almost time to end the video. I think this live stream is about to be over. Oh. The bat scared the hair off my monkey. Send me money. Oh, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. We went through that whole video. I know some of it was tedious, but I had to play the whole thing so Tim couldn't come over and tell me that I was manipulating his videos and taking things out of context. Nope. We played that shits from beginning to end. Yes, we did. So all you little Timbits that are coming over here to clickety-clack on the keys and tell me all about myself, you can if you want. I mean, I enjoy reading your comments. But don't go crying to Tim if I leave you a nasty little comment back. I went over there, Tim, in BlindViews. He said some nasty things. He said I was stupid. And he said you're dumb too. And you should make another video. I would highly advise against that. Because as I said, Timbo, you are an asshole. But I am a different kind of asshole. And the kind of asshole that you are doesn't want to tangle with this kind of asshole. If you don't believe me, you can ask Nomadic Fanatic. I'm sure he'll tell you in a heartbeat that, yeah, it's really not a good idea.
Yeah, this is BlindViews, and that's the way I see it. Oh yeah.
What we do here is go back.
All right. Thanks for coming and hanging out on another Thursday. You guys are awesome. I want to thank all my members for all the support of my channel. I want to thank my moderators for keeping things cool. I want to thank all my viewers that come over and watch and click that thumbs up and leave me comments. I really do appreciate it. I want to thank everybody that gave me a super chat this evening. And I want to thank Tom for giving the memberships out. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you on the YouTubes. Please support the channel by watching, liking, and watching the whole way through and leaving me a comment. That really does help. And I'll get back to the old school. May all your babies be born toothless and naked. Don't let your meatloaf. Blind viewers are awesome, and I should know because I'm Blind Views, and that's the way I see it.